was.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So great to be back and to see all your beautiful faces again. And everybody's happy and healthy, and it just feels good to be back. And I want to thank you guys for the prayers for all of us that had that thing. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. So our musician this morning is going to open with a song before we do anything else, and it's going to be Vera, Pollack, and Diana Perez. Help me welcome them.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We decided to do a happy song. We know all this stuff going on, but we're going to do a happy song. Okay?
You bet.
Well, it's a good day for singing a song, and it's a good day for moving along. Oh, it's a good day. How can anything go wrong? A good day from morning till night. Yes, it's a good day for shining your shoes, and it's a good day for losing your blues. Everything to gain and nothing to lose. A good day from morning till night. I said to the sun, good morning, sun. Rise and shine today. You know you gotta get going if you're gonna make a showing. And you gotta ride away. 'Cause it's a good day for paying your bills, and it's a good day for curing your ills. So take a deep breath and throw away your pills, 'cause it's a good day from morning till night. I said to the sun, good morning, sun. Rise and shine today. You know you gotta get going if you're gonna make a showing. And you gotta ride away. 'Cause it's a good day for paying your bills, and it's a good day for curing your ills. So take a deep breath and throw away your pills, 'cause it's a good day from morning till night. Yes, it's a good day from morning till night. A good day from morning till night. Yay!
So wonderful. I'm looking for new faces. So let's all just welcome each other, because we all know each other. We love you, we bless you, and we welcome you. Yeah. And our opening prayer this morning will be led by Reverend Juliet Bristol.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Let's take a nice deep breath. Oh, how good that feels. We could just feel it in our shoulders. Feels so good. So we've just given ourselves that opportunity to feel good. And let's just join in with our mind, our heart, and just let them two join together. The mind with love and light, and the hearts with love and light. And just see our heart welcoming all those that are looking for a place to come on a Sunday morning. And looking for a place to join in to friendly, loving people. And that's what we are. We are friendly. We are loving. And so we welcome these wonderful people. Here they come. Just almost lined up at the door, because they're just looking so forward to the beautiful messages that's being given on Sunday morning. The beautiful Reverend Jeannie, she's so loving and so willing to share her wisdom, and her acknowledgement. What a blessing that she feels and that we all feel with her. Oh, let's see the chairs being filled with these living entities, energies, the smiles. Everybody has a smile. It's almost like the song that was sung. Everyone has a smile on their face because they're letting go right here, right now, just letting go all the things that happened during the week and just joining in with the hearts and the minds of all that are here. Oh, we are so blessed. And we know this, we can just feel it. Yeah, we can feel that smile on our face, just getting brighter and brighter as others join in this willingness of their smiles. And so it is. And so it is.
That feels good. Thank you. And now Reverend Julia will do the daily word today.
And apparently we don't have to eat the microphone in order for you to hear me. So we're going Sunday. Today is March 20th, and the equinox is, I believe, tomorrow. So, woohoo. Positivity. I plant seeds of positivity and harvest joy. Every gardener knows that blooms grow good in good soil, or best in good soil. Even before planting, it's good practice to pull the weeds and prepare the soil, giving the seeds an optimal condition in which to grow. Today I tend the garden of my consciousness. I pull the weeds of worrisome and unforgiving thoughts by denying them that they have any power over me. I create a fertile environment for new positive thoughts to grow through regular prayer and meditation. When I touch the place of infinite stillness and peace, I affirm wholeness, prosperity, happiness, and security for my life. Like bright, beautiful flowers, these positive thoughts bloom and grow in my consciousness. And from Philippians 4:8, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, think about these things, and they will happen.
And speaking of flowers, thank you. Betty Gardner Tuzolino brought in the flowers this morning and went back home to get some rest. She didn't sleep well last night, so we hold her in our prayers and thank her for the beautiful gift of the flowers this morning. And now it's time for another song leading into the meditation, which will be delivered by Tony Corrigan. So I'll ask Tony you to come up as soon as the music is over and lead right into.
Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When Christ shall come in a shout of acclamation and take me home with joy shall be my lot, then I shall bow in humble adoration and proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Good morning. Let's just feel that chair supporting us and sink into that quiet space within. As we breathe, we let the breath carry us to that holy place of oneness. And this is our place of power. So today we are going to use that place of power. We have a work to do in this world. And we're going to do it in our meditation today, because we are going to go into that place where we know our oneness with the divine. Just breathe in that with every breath. Feel the power of God within you. We express that power in our thoughts and in our words. So today we are healing the world. And I want you to visualize our world as we breathe and know that beyond appearances, there is a presence, there is a oneness, there is a holy presence of God. And so as we speak these words, we know they are powerful. And we also know that we are joined today by tens of thousands of people around the world that are speaking the word of peace. And yesterday there were tens of thousands of our Jewish friends speaking the word of peace in mosques and synagogues and chapels, in open fields. We are joining together to speak the word of peace. Let there be peace on earth. Let that love in our hearts shine forth.
and create a mighty shield to protect and support every person. Let that love go forth to touch the hearts of our leaders. To let them know that they have the power to create peace. Let there be peace on earth. Let every person be supported, loved, directed, and guided. To create peace. Let our thoughts be of peace. Let our words be of peace. That divine presence, that holy oneness is within each one of us and within every other person. And so we speak to it and we celebrate it and we give thanks for it, that there is a power for peace in our world. We release this prayer into the world. May it go forth on the wings of light, touching, uplifting, and supporting. And so it is, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Tony. And so as we hold in mind the things that are going on in the world that cause us to be fearful or sad, I ask you to read these statements out loud with me. We know that God is all there is. One presence, one power, only one, not two, not God and, only God. We are each an incarnation, a manifestation, an emanation of the one God. We are one with God. God lives and moves and has its being as me, as you. God creates through a universal process, which we refer to as the law. And because we are each incarnations of God, so do we. We access and activate this universal law through our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, attitudes, values, actions, and words. And therefore, through our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, attitudes, values, actions, and words, we create our lives. Deep breath. And now we will have another song with Diana.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need, and I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Join me, love. God is love. God is power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy. God is joy. God is power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Peace. God is peace. God is power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is love. God is power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Oh yeah. There's going to be some very deep wisdom here today, so I want you all to pay attention. In fact, pay attention like the nuns did in this story. It was in a convent in Ireland that the 98-year-old Mother Superior lay preparing to make her transition. The nuns gathered around her bed trying to make her last journey here on earth comfortable. They tried to give her warm milk to drink, but she refused it. One of the nuns took the glass back to the kitchen. Then, remembering a bottle of Irish whiskey that had been received as a gift the previous Christmas, she opened it and poured a generous amount into the warm milk. Back at Mother Superior's bed, they held the glass to her lips. The frail nun drank a little, then a little more, and before they knew it, she had finished the whole glass down to the last drop. As her eyes brightened, the nuns thought it would be a good opportunity to have one last talk with their spiritual leader. Mother, the nuns asked earnestly, please give us some of your wisdom before you leave us. As the Mother Superior raised herself up in bed on one elbow, they all leaned in to hear what final wisdom she had to say and what she would leave them with. They were all on pins and needles waiting. When she looked down deeply into their eyes, and she said, don't ever sell that cow. I told that joke a couple years ago, and Margaret Simpkins still talks about that joke in honor of St. Patrick's Day. You know what? Okay, so there is better wisdom here for you today. So let's get to it. This month we share the wealth of understanding life from a deep spiritual perspective. And since uncertainty is on the hearts and minds of so many in our world today, our focus each week is on looking at abundance from that deeply spiritual perspective. We explored in the last few weeks that passage of Master Teacher Jesus from the Gospel, which reads, "It is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of the needle than it is for a wealthy man to enter the kingdom of heaven." When we take a deeper look at this scripture, and in context with the verses before and after the passage, particularly those in Mark, we shed some new light, a very bright light indeed, on the meaning of these words. And I won't go through the passage again this week, but you can read them if you want to. They are in Mark chapter 10, verses 24 to 30. But I will share with you what I think they are saying when you put them all together. It is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of the needle than it is for a man who looks to his wealth as his God to find in it his security and happiness. But when he looks to God first, he will find his wealth expanded 100-fold. Or said in an even simpler way, don't look to your wealth as your God, but look to God as your wealth. And when you do, you are wealthy in immeasurable ways. So my hope is to expand your awareness to see and experience God as substance all around you, and to pay attention and to be observant. And of course, I practiced that this week. I never ask you to do anything that I won't do. And so I had a wonderful time observing as I sat healing from this COVID. I loved my coffee in the morning. And I had a book, and I sat outside in the sun and received the sun's healing rays. I read my book, I sipped my coffee, and I drank in how beautiful God's substance was all around me. It was the blue sky, the fresh, cool air, the green grass, the vibrant flowers, and the interesting people. Nature, when I'm not well, nature heals me. No question about it. And I know that I can get weak when I'm in the house working all the time. I gotta get out in nature, in the sun, in that blue sky. So today I want to spend a few sweet moments together exploring how wealthy we really are, and how to expand that wealth into even greater and greater good. Because when we do that, it happens around the world. I love the teachings of Mary Morrissey. And she says in the Prosperity Plus curriculum that ideas are God's currency. Charles Fillmore in Prosperity also said this as well. God's first currency is ideas. King Solomon was probably the world's richest man. Insofar as the world is concerned, he was a great success. He demonstrated prosperity, but he did not ask God for riches. Let us note that carefully. He asked God for wisdom, for ideas. God is mind, and his gifts are not material, but spiritual. Not things, but ideas. Solomon asked for and received ideas. And then he developed them himself. Because he was wise, all the world came to his court, seeking wisdom and bringing riches in exchange for it. Consistent with this is the affirmation, I open my mind to rich ideas and rich results. So let me ask you this. How many ideas can one person have? Maybe there's an allotted number. Were we only given so many when we passed from the ethers into our human form? No. We are wealthy, beyond wealthy, with ideas. But what does it take to bring an idea into physical, tangible experience? Hard work, elbow grease, and luck, some people say. Well, I say luck has nothing to do with it. And there's nothing wrong with that. They need to come after a few things, but Fillmore, in the great book, Prosperity, gives a 3-step plan for bringing forth a manifestation of God's abundant supply, to use his words. And remember, we talk about this because of what is going on in the world. When we realize our own abundance, people on the other side of the world realize it. So step 1, he says to take the first step by saying, let there be light. And that means let there be understanding. Understanding what? Understanding the one universal, eternal substance of God, which is the source of all. And it can be discerned and it can be relied on. A Sunday school teacher once asked her group of children if anyone could quote the entire Psalm 23. A 4.5-year-old girl was among those who raised her hand. A bit skeptical, the teacher asked her if she really could quote the entire psalm. The little girl came to the front of the room, faced the class. She made a perky little bow, and she said, "The Lord is my shepherd. That's all I want." She bowed again and she went and sat down. That may well be the greatest interpretation of the 23rd Psalm. I myself have changed the words to fit I love that psalm. I used to repeat it many times a day when I was really not in a good space. And I changed it to, "The Lord is my shepherd. I want nothing. I want nothing." And at the same time, we're turning our complete attention to God as the source and substance of all supply. We must direct our thoughts completely away from the notion that we are dependent on material things. So Fillmore writes, "So long as you depend on money alone, you are worshiping a false god and have not discerned the light. You must first enter into the understanding that God, omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient, is the source, and that you can draw on this source without limit. If you have established that light, you have begun your demonstration and can go then to the next step." Step 2, he says, a firmament must be established. Now, what the heck is that? Well, in more modern language, it means to start installing this belief into your very beingness, so that it is not just a belief, but a knowing. Some time ago, a news reporter commented on the merits of an economic recovery plan. Said the perception of progress is as important as progress itself. The commentator recalled that when President Franklin Roosevelt was striving to lift the nation out of the Great Depression, he visited and drew significant media attention to various factories the government had built and the jobs that were created there. As people grew more aware of the progress that was being made, they had a general sense of progress and found more and more confidence to spend their money and generate more progress. The human psyche needs to dwell in a higher vision to stay that vital and alive. For example, the board game Monopoly became popular during the economic downturn in the 1930s. While the game had sold modestly before then, it took off and became America's #1 board game during the Depression. While people did not have a lot of money to move in their daily lives, moving around on the Monopoly board and getting rich with play money gave them a sense of wealth. To this day, more money is printed every day for Monopoly than it is for the U.S. Treasury. I love that game. Because we are spiritual beings at our core, the spirit of our lives creates more results than action alone. That is why the perception of progress is not just as important as progress. It is the beginning of progress. So step 3 is, the third step is the forming of this substance into tangibility. Out of the omnipresent substance, your mind forms whatever it wants by the power of imagination. So this is touching on what Tony said last week. A lot of it is. It is food. If it is food that you need, see yourself bountifully supplied with food. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Build a picture in your mind, and if you have already taken the other steps, you'll begin to see increasing results at a surprising pace. But you have to have done the first 2 steps first. Fillmore says, if the other steps of understanding and faith have not been taken first, there will of course be no demonstration. For above all, the creative law is orderly and works by progressive steps. Only 3 steps. Many people have tried to demonstrate by visualizing and concentrating and have failed because they have put the 3rd step first. They have not developed understanding or faith. Let there be light. If you work according to the law, conforming to its orderly operation as revealed in the degrees of creation, you cannot fail. Because when you have fulfilled the law, then you have found the kingdom. So friends, how wealthy are we, really? Very wealthy. We're wealthy in God's substance. We're wealthy in ideas. And we are wealthy in the knowing of how creation unfolds in our lives. And just to anchor how wealthy we are in this physical world as well, I have another quick story. One day, a very wealthy man took his young son on a trip to the country with the firm purpose of showing him how poor people live, so the son would appreciate all that they had. They spent a day and a night in the farm of a very poor family. On their drive home, the father asked his son, "How was the trip?" "Great, Dad." "Did you see how poor people can be?" the father asked. "Yeah, I sure did." "And what did you learn?" The son answered, I saw that we have one dog at home, and they have 4. We have a pool that reaches to the middle of the garden. They have a creek that has no end. We have important lamps in the garden. They have stars. Our patio reaches to the front yard, but they have a whole horizon. When this little boy finished, his father was speechless. Then his son added, "Thanks, Dad, for showing me what wealth really is." The whole world is undergoing a change of such stupendous proportions that millions of people have become panic-stricken with worry or doubt or indecision or fear. It seems to me that now is a splendid time for those who have come to the crossroads of doubt to endeavor to become acquainted with our higher selves. All who wish to do so will find it helpful if they take a lesson from nature. Observation will show that the eternal stars shine nightly in their accustomed places, that the sun continues to send out its rays of warmth, causing Mother Earth to yield an overabundance of food and clothing. That water continues to flow downhill, that the birds of the air and the wild animals of the forest receive accustomed requirements of food. That useful day follows restful night. That busy summer follows the inactive winter. That the seasons come and go precisely as they did before the 1929 Depression began. That, in reality, only men's minds have ceased to function normally. And this because men have filled their minds with fear. Observation of these simple facts of everyday life may be helpful as a starting point for those who wish to supplant fear by faith. I am not a prophet, but I can with all due modesty predict that every individual has the power to change his or her material and financial status by first changing the nature of his or her beliefs. Would anyone care to guess who I was quoting? That was Napoleon Hill in Outwitting the Devil. He wrote that toward the end of the Depression in 1938. His book was published in 2011. But it could have been written for today, yes? Except, of course, the reference to the Depression in 1929. He is talking about opening up our beliefs so that we can see that we are living in a world of infinite abundance. That it is all around us, all the time, but that we can't see it because we are clouded by our fears and our doubts. To move out of our fears and doubts, we must cultivate what he refers to as the other self, our higher self. And that other self, or higher self, that is aware that it is swimming in the infinite sea of abundance. And we can consciously attune ourselves to it. It's not just for us, it's for the world. We just need to wake up to it. So I'll close with a prosperity treatment of the 23rd Psalm, which has been revised by Charles Fillmore in the book Prosperity. He says, "The Lord is my banker, my credit is good. He maketh me to lie down in the consciousness of omnipresent abundance. He giveth me the key to his strong box. He restoreth my faith in his riches. He guideth me in the paths of prosperity for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk in the very shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy silver and thy gold, they secure me. Thou preparest a way for me in the presence of my collector. Thou fillest my wallet with plenty. My measure runneth over. Surely goodness and plenty will follow me all the days of my life, and I shall do business in the name of the Lord forever. And so it is. And so please say together with me our affirmation for today. I live in the infinite flow of God's love, light, and wealth. I have more than enough life to spare and more than enough wealth to share. Amen. And now it is time for our offering, where we acknowledge our energy put into the flow. And we don't take an offering, there's the basket in the back, but let's just take a moment to think of what we've put into the flow of life, our energy, knowing and being grateful that it comes back tenfold, without fail. And now we will sing Karen Drucker's, let's do our offering blessing first. Together, divine love adds me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. I am so blessed. Thank you, God. And now we will sing Karen Drucker's song, I Am So Blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so
And now we will say our offering gratitude together. We give thanks for these many blessings of today, and know they are but a symbol of the inexhaustible substance of the universe. I give thanks that 10 times this much is now on its way to me, and quickly manifests in perfect ways. And now our announcements for today. Our prayer partner for this morning is Kelly. She's going to be in the back over here. We have our board meeting today after church. Meet in the back. Betty's not here today, but we send her lots of love and light. She'll have to give us an update on what's coming next week. There's sign-up sheets in the back for volunteering. I noticed that our prayer partners aren't signing up, so I just want to remind you guys to please put your prayer partner sign up in the back, please. Then, of course, we have our Reiki meeting, our prayer meeting, and Tony and I talked yesterday about doing Lessons in Truth book study. That'll be on April 3rd, and we're working on chapters 7 and Tony, 6 and 7.
Mhm.
We want to combine the next two. So for those of you that are working with that book, chapters 6 and 7. And then our musicians for next week, our Point of Light, that's Cerise Patron's girl group. So there will be 4 or 5 of them.
Oh, wow.
4, I think. And it's a blessing because Point of Light, I understand, is moving to Texas. So Cerise's girl group is disbanding and she's just heartbroken. So it's going to be a very special time to have them here. So they're fabulous. They've sung in Agape with Reverend Michael Beckwith. And I want to thank Julia and Mark and Rob and Diana and Vera for making this service so special. Thank you so much for your time and your talent. Many blessings. Do we have anybody else that had any announcements they want to do? Maria.
I brought flyers today for Catch Me If You Can, which is the Sun Lakes Community Theater spring production, of which Kate is one of the leading roles, and I have a big part. So there's information up there about it. It's a psychological thriller, and believe me, we're in rehearsal now, and it's going to be really something. There's a couple of murders in it. So please take a flyer today. It starts the 27th of April and runs to May 1st. That's 5 days. The May 1st one is Sunday, and it's a matinee. So please think about coming. It's going to be held in Cottonwood this year. So the information is on the table.
Do we have to be a member to?
No.
Oh, so I can get them?
Absolutely.
Okay. Great.
Yes.
Thank you. Exciting. Okay. Well, let's all stand and sing the peace song, and then we'll close out with the prayer for protection. Or did you have something? Yes? Did you want to do something else, Diana?
No.
The peace song is just fine. Are you sure?
Sure. I planned it for it.
Oh, great. Okay. God bless you all.